All right. Hey everybody, how are you doing? We're a little early tonight. It's a little early FMTV weekly since the game is early tonight, so we're going to do things a little early. We're using some new streaming software tonight, folks, so bear with us. There could be some wrinkles, some kinks, some video quality issues, but we'll get through it and we'll have some fun while we do it. But I can't do this show alone, so let's say hi to our buddy Uncle Ed. Say hi, Ed.
Peter Brown, how's everything, man? I'm a little disappointed with how the team did in the last game, but we're looking forward to what's coming up, man. And we've got we should have the lineup right now. I'm gonna check it out real quick, and we'll see how we're looking. But we got to say hi to some people first.
Yeah, we got a few people in chat. We've had a few that were in here really, really early, Ed.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. But I was talking about our sponsors, Peter. We got to say hi to them first.
Oh, you want to say hi to the sponsors first? That makes sense. What would I do if I didn't have you?
I know, man. You'd be lost.
I would. Well, anyways, let's get to our big thank yous to Caneswear. So Caneswear is the store you need to go to in Davie if you want to get anything for Inter Miami. Great location right off of University, just south of 595 a little bit, and also great prices. A lot of things are reduced. And right now, I know the guys are really happy because the Hurricanes won and they're big Canes fans. But for us, it's a great place to go get your Inter Miami gear. Plus, you can go to caneswear.com. And if you're not close to Davie and you want to order something, go there. Caneswear.com. Any orders over $99 and they ship for free. Also, big thank you to Vargas Law Group. Federico Vargas is our lawyer we go to when we have immigration questions. Give him a call. And let me remove that logo so you can actually see his phone number, 786-474-1278, or vargaslaw.com for any questions you may have about immigration law. And right now, folks, if you have any questions about immigration and you give him a call, right, and you get a free consultation with Federico for the rest of this week, and maybe we'll extend it a little bit, but basically, we're for the month of September. If we're going to take all the people that call him and we're going to put their names in a hat, and we're going to award that person, one of those people, we're going to pull a name out of a hat, and we are going to give somebody a authentic Inter Miami jersey. Yes. So everybody that has an immigration question, make sure you give Federico a call, and you're going to be entered into a chance to win an authentic Inter Miami jersey from us.
That's like the best thing ever, Peter, because I need a new one. So am I allowed to also, call in and?
No, you're disqualified.
No? Oh, man. All right. Well, you guys be sure to, if you've got an immigration question, go ahead and leave a message and tell Federico, and you will be eligible to get that cool T-shirt or shirt, that jersey. That's going to be awesome. But yeah, Peter,
we're not going to give away a T-shirt, Ed. We're going to do better than that.
It's a jersey. It's an actual jersey. So it's going to be awesome. But Peter, I'm going to say hi to some of the people in the chat. There's a whole bunch of people that were in here real early. The first guy was Isaías Maldonado. Thanks so much for being the first person on there. We also have Luis Rodriguez, who's going to meet me at this at the watch party that's at Jalisco Restaurant in a few minutes. Once this thing's over, I'm headed over there, guys. If you want to meet up with me, take a picture with Uncle Ed. We get to hang out and stuff. Buy me a beer. What do you think about that, Peter? Buy me a beer. Yeah. Okay. So Gustavo is from he's watching from Argentina, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Gustavo, one world, one goal. As like always, she's always with us, always supporting us. She's always tweeting. Love her tweets. And we also have Chupi. Chupi's on here as well. One of the cool names of the people that watch this show. We also have Boriculano is also on here. We have Chris Menendez. How you doing, buddy? Good seeing you. Hope to see you out there at the games. We have Giovanni Fanone is also on. How you doing, Giovanni? We've got Esteban Mejia. Wow, we got a lot of people up here. We got Anthony Ornelas is also here. Jose Velasquez. Good to see you, man. We our good friend Andres Hoyos. How you doing, Andres? Hope to see you out there. And yes, we're going to be talking about that guy in just a bit. Footballer is also on here. He's of course he's saying Peter is Batman and I'm Robin. I don't know if I like that too much. Peter, you like it?
I'm okay with it. You're gonna have to come up with something better. Leave that up to the. This is the viewers are coming up with your nickname.
Yeah. I'm not liking it. I'm like the sidekick is basically what I've been reduced to, Peter.
I don't know.
Now you like that one, don't you? You like that?
Hey, look, everybody doesn't need to know what you do in behind the scenes to make this thing happen. But in the front of the camera, that's all that matters.
Right. That's all they say. Well, we also have Federico Vargas is also on here. Also good to see him, our lawyer, or the guy that tells us what we're doing right and wrong with the
immigration
issues. Yeah. We also have Food Simulator FIFA. He's saying, don't we speak Spanish? Sí hablamos español, pero este programa es el de inglés. If you want to see the Spanish one, it's on Tuesday. El show en español es el martes. There you go. And we also have Endo is on here. And I'm going to stop because people are starting to write, and I'm not going to be able to, catch up with them. Like Endo's from Palm Beach. Thanks for watching us, guys. And remember, leave us messages. We're going to try to wrap this up pretty quick because the game's coming up. I'm supposed to go to that watch party. So Peter knows we're going to do a rather quick one. But we do have enough time for you guys to call up too, Peter.
Well, I don't know, Ed. We can try.
Yeah.
We can try the voicemail, and I can even throw the phone number up there. We're having I'm trying a new software, so there's some possible technical difficulties, and one of those maybe we lost the voicemail for today. The other difficulty is my webcam quality. It just keeps going in and out. But
they don't need to see you, Peter. They don't need to see you.
No.
If they see me, that's good enough.
See your pretty mug is good enough, right? Absolutely. Right. So yeah, there's the phone number on there.
Nice.
So anybody that wants to try and give us a voicemail, we'll give it a try and we'll try to play it. But we're also live on Facebook. So on the Football Miami TV Facebook group page.
Wow, you didn't let me know, Peter. I would have put it all over so people could tell us. Could watch on Facebook as well.
I mean, I did tell you this morning, but that's okay.
You did. Well, last night we were out and about, doing our soccer thing. So, I had a couple extra beers, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes. I do know what you mean.
Mm-hmm. So,
all right, let's go full screen again. Jared Maloney, an old friend of ours, is watching on Facebook.
Jared, actually, what's up?
And he's watching us on Facebook, and he digs the background. You need some work, Ed. He says.
Oh, why does everybody criticize me? Oh man.
You don't have any background this time. I mean, you got nothing.
Yeah. Actually, they actually fell behind my. I usually have stuff up, but I was kind of in a hurry today, and I didn't.
You didn't put up your Beckham images or anything.
Yeah, I just kind of fell behind the couch because I'm on my couch right now, and I totally forgot because we were having a chat right before the show. So,
so you're gonna blame me for it?
It's your fault, Peter. You're Batman, right? You're the guy in charge. So, you were having the technical difficulties, and we were talking about that. So that's where we were at. But let's talk soccer, Peter.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, as I keep trying to flip around my improving the camera, so I may get a little distracted today. So it is what it is. But yeah, so I titled this video, Ed. Higuain save us basically. My thought is while I was preparing for the show was, can Higuain save us? Can one player make that much of a difference? And so I don't know necessarily the answer to that question. I thought we could all have fun and kind of banter that about and discuss it a little bit. But, after this last game, I think we can all, we went. I think a lot of us went into the New York game maybe a little cocky, and I think 100% the team went into this a little bit on the cocky side. And even when you read Robles's comments saying something about them not being prepared, it kind of goes into the fact that maybe they were coasting, thinking they could just, get a point at least off of New York and really concentrate on what is to be considered the more difficult team in Philadelphia. We got hammered in New York or against New York, not in New York, but against New York, and so now after seeing that, are we confident that this one player can make the big difference and really turn us from a 4-1 loser into a winner against a quality side with Philadelphia? What do you think, Ed?
Peter, it's a little tough because I agree with you 100%. I think they wanted to rest Pizarro, who didn't play in the beginning of the game. They came in, you said it, cocky, thinking that they were going to be able. I even as a fan thought, okay, well, we should get the win, or at least a tie from this game against New York Red Bulls. And but Peter, it was. Unfortunately, it didn't get to that. The first half I thought was a little more even, but the second half they just fell apart, man. And they just, I think I talked to you yesterday a little bit. They kind of gave up at the very, towards the end of the game. They were just like,
yeah, when you see, I was talking to my wife at the game. She was watching some of the game with me, but she wasn't 100% paying attention. And she saw the score. She's like, "Oh," and I go, "Well, the game wasn't as bad as that score says." I think they definitely gave up especially after that third goal. When that happened, they just packed it in. They weren't trying. There was some promise. I thought, I've been a bit of a critic of Pellegrini. He hasn't shown to be a DP. He hasn't looked like a DP yet. And I would not be surprised to see him with a renegotiated contract for next season and not as a DP next season. But regardless, he, was kind of stepping in Pizarro's shoes for that game. And for the second half of the first half, right, for about 15, 20 minutes at the most, he looked really, really good. I mean, he got the assist on the goal. He was looking really nice. But that was just a small little segment of this game. And yeah, they fell apart. New York is not even a very good team this year. And now we're facing Philadelphia. Now, I did watch a little bit of the Philadelphia's last game, which they played against Cincinnati. And that was a 0-0 draw. Everybody thinks that Cincinnati is this horrible team. But think about this. We're worse.
Yeah, that sucks. They actually got a point against Philadelphia, which is a much tougher team. And I'm surprised Philadelphia didn't beat them. But Cincinnati has been a team that's been able to hunker down and defend pretty well. So
yeah, and that's what they did.
They're getting points, and we're not. And unfortunately, we were undefeated at home, and now not only did we get beat, we got clobbered. So we've got some issues there, Peter. But is Higuain the player we need? I mean, I'm hoping, he comes and he's ready to score some goals because we need it. Another one that needs a renegotiating of his contract is probably Carranza, because we haven't seen much of him either. I know he was hurt, so that was that's probably why he hasn't been playing. But he scored 2 goals in one game. The one game that he actually played well, and the other ones he's kind of been disappear. He's been disappearing, Peter. We don't see him that much.
Right.
So renegotiating, I think, is in their future.
So I'm always going to focus on the most important topics in the chat. One More One Goal says, Peter, Ed is the king of this show.
Right. See, she's with me. I like that. The king. What would Peter be? The Duke?
Duke of Dork?
the Duke of Dork. Dude, that's totally.
Yeah, but I ripped that off. That's another YouTuber's handle, but I ripped that off. But it's. I could own that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let's. I know we're talking about Higuain, but we do have some Facebook watchers, which is cool. This is it's working a little bit. So here,
Cool.
Steve Siri, a friend of ours, says, "Come on, Broward, open the damn stadium up for the games at limited capacity."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was something he and I talked a little bit about on Facebook is that Broward County has released the fact that they are loosening up some of their
Rules.
the rules. Yeah, they're loosening it up a little bit and allowing for more things. However, in their bullet points that they put together, the second bullet point on there was organized amateur sports, right? Or non-professional, I think is what they called it. So high school sports basically can have games at like 50% capacity or something to that effect. But it was specifically said non-professional. So, Inter Miami, I'm sure they're ready to open up the stadium and have us in there. But Broward County so far is not saying, is not giving the go-ahead, which is interesting because, Miami is allowing it. And that's what's frustrating someone like Steve is that we see that Hard Rock Stadium is allowing fans in, but we can't go and see here in Broward. This just goes back, if only Inter Miami had, built their stadium in Miami.
It's just, if it's not one thing, it's another, Peter. This team has gone through a lot. We've been through this so many times already. We've gotten gray hairs from all this, and it just they just keep rolling with the punches, I think. But let's see. Hopefully, Broward will open up the stadium. Orlando's already playing with limited capacity, and Miami's got worse cases of the pandemic. So, come on, Broward, give us a lifeline.
We even got Paboni Rivera, our old friend Paboni, watching on Facebook as well. He's saying that things look great with the Inter Miami gear. Possible giveaway.
Oh, look at that.
So, all right. Well, yeah. So, Higuain, a lot of people think he's old, fat, and is not. And so, but yet the guy that I saw arrive, I'm not going to say he looks. I'm not going to say he looks young, cause but he's not fat. He looked fit. He looks in shape.
Right.
And so, do we think he will be in the starting lineup today? And I'm going over to Twitter right now just to constantly just looking and refreshing to see if they have announced the lineup. But so far, I don't see anything just yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything either. They're probably going to wait until the very last moment, knowing these guys.
All right, here it is.
You got it?
I do.
What's it say?
All right, let's see if we can do a little application window, Twitter, share, and all right, Kim. All right, let's come back to here. All right, guys. So you can now see my Twitter, and I'm gonna let me get right to the end. And come on, stupid.
Let it go and
pause.
There we go.
Pause it. All right. So we got Robles, Figal, Reyes, Gonzalez Perez, Sweat, Yoa, Matuidi, Morgan, Pizarro, Agudelo, and Higuain.
Wow.
Starting.
Wow, that looks like a very offensive-minded lineup, Peter. Look at Agudelo's in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm surprised with. I'm surprised to see Agudelo right now. I guess he scored again, and so you right now. I guess you could have put Agudelo in there, or you could have put in Breck Shea in that position, and they've both been scoring. Yeah,
I would have because that's probably he's probably on the left from what it looks like. He's on the left wing. I'm surprised over Breck Shea. Breck Shea's been playing rather well, but I guess he's going with Agudelo, who could probably communicate better with Higuain and Pizarro, and that's what he's going for. If worst case scenario, Agudelo gets tired again, they can put Breck Shea again in that position, and I think we'll be okay. What about defense, Peter? What do you think about that lineup? They've got Reyes back, who he was on suspension, right?
Yep. I'm not. I mean, to me, it's the defensive lineup that has worked best for us, right? So you can complain about Sweat at times. I know I have. His last game was not his best, but he has definitely improved this throughout the season. I was calling for his
But he makes you sweat, doesn't he, Peter?
He does make you sweat a little from time to time. People complain that he goes inside, we should go outside, all that kind of stuff. But this is the back line that we have been the most successful with, so it makes sense to go back with that. And
we got the two defensive midfielders in Ulloa and Matuidi. I'm a fan of playing with one defensive midfielder, so you can use a more offensive midfielder up top. But I guess Alonso's style is a little more defensive, so he's because I just saw Matuidi's starting to play better. I think he can do that role by himself. But
it's funny as you say Matuidi's playing better, because I said a couple of shows ago that I was watching Matuidi and kind of questioning a little bit, and then all of a sudden he would start to look good, and I found myself doing the same thing last game. He disappears sometimes, and I know he's not the guy that is supposed to light up the scoreboard, and he's not necessarily the guy that's going to get his name in all the stats, and he's just supposed to make everybody else better. But I don't know, he seems to disappear at times, and that's my concern with him. Or sometimes it's too many back passes and things. I want to see him pushing forward more. I want to see more out of him. I know he's not a DP, so you don't have those DP expectations. Right. But with the kind of player that he is, the pedigree that he has, I really would expect more.
Right.
So I got to see him grow. I got to see more out of him.
You're not convinced yet.
No, I'm not. And hopefully, though, him and Higuain, they know each other. They've played together. Hopefully, this will kind of work and pay off.
We're crossing our fingers that that's exactly what happens, Peter. You also saw on the right-hand side, Morgan is untouchable in that position. He's probably the most regular of all of our players, next to Pizarro. I would imagine you agree with me. Morgan's probably the best player on the team.
I would. One World, One Goal apparently has Matuidi's back. It's hot, Peter, and he is still getting his fitness after he had the virus, too.
Come on, Peter. Come on, man. Give him a chance.
Give him a break is what she's telling me. Well, I don't know. I think he's been with the team long enough because he's not necessarily disappearing at the end of the game only. I mean, he disappears throughout the entire game at times. He finds, it's not just, hey, at the end of the game, he's kind of disappearing and I'm mad about that. And I can understand fitness. I think it's more to that. A new Weissman saying Falcons blew another lead. Why? Why do we care?
I guess he's a Falcons fan.
He's in Atlanta. I know. I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun with him.
He's all about his teams, and I'm grateful that he's an Atlanta fan and he watches this.
And Tony says something that I kind of was saying a little bit last week when I was thinking about Matuidi, is that some of the players can't handle his passes, Peter. And I would agree, because sometimes I watch him and I think that people are not on the same level as he is. But then there's other times where I think he just disappears. So I would agree with Tony to some extent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's at a level above some of these players. And with Higuain being in there, and Pizarro and Morgan, I think they're players that are a little bit closer to his level. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to make the rest of the players grow as well. I think eventually we're going to get there.
Here's a conversation I want to have and I know we got to cut this a little short for Ed. If we want to keep going, guys, you and I can keep going, right? But Ed's got to go at 7 because he's got to get to a watch party, and my watch party is here in my house. I have to walk like 15 steps to my TV, and that's about it.
And I got to be there in 15 minutes, otherwise the game starts without me.
The game starts at 7:30, so you still got 33 minutes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll
Anyways,
you're going to keep going then? Sorry to interrupt.
the conversation I wanted to have real quick was, and get your thoughts on it before you go, is what Gerardo Guerrero is saying. Do you think if Alonso can't win with added Matuidi and Higuain, is he sacked before season end?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he's sacked before season end, but we hung out yesterday at a little Southern Legion thing, and I was sitting around. I don't remember who I was talking to, if it was you or if it was our friend Julio, but, I think, I'm questioning Alonso a lot. I've done it before, and I'm kind of questioning him again. I don't know. I don't think they sack him before the end of the year, but if he goes into next year with a full offseason and a few games in and we look the same, I think you sack him. Because I'm questioning him a lot right now.
Right. I see you, Peter. I see that you're doing it. And
I'm not the only one. There's some some chatters in there, right? So I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. I think he didn't put this team together, so he's got that going for him.
But we have to question some of his lineup changes, some of the things he's done. Again, I go back to the last game, sitting Pizarro. I know they were saying he may have had a tight hamstring or something to that effect. But I think they sat him just so they could rest him for Wednesday. I think at the end, because he came in, he played just fine. When he came in, they looked, we were already in bad shape. But so you got to start sometimes questioning some of those decisions. Those are his decisions, and
you think the buck stops with him, but I think,
he's one of them. So the buck also has to stop with Paul McDonough as well. He put the team together, but I might give him a little bit more slack because he's also running the business side right now.
Yeah, he's doing everything. He's got every hat on.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
Yeah, and so I think he's still got the rest of this year and the beginning of next year, because next year he's going to be able to move players around. He's going to have a lot more say in how this team is formed. So if next year we're in the same situation that we are now, then we might be able to start talking about, the possibility of them pulling the plug on him. But maybe they'll give him that year. I think for the third year, definitely they could pull the plug on him if, let's say, next year we don't make the playoffs.
You can't give him a whole nother year. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Tony says Diego Alonso, he has no more excuses. He has talented players on his team.
Yeah, he does. He's got Higuain.
He's got, and that's the exciting. I know we talked about it, and we didn't touch on Higuain as much. Before you go, how many goals do you think Higuain is going to score tonight? I think he's scoring.
I think he's going to make 2 goals, Peter.
We're going to score 2 goals?
Yeah.
So you think how many times have we predicted 2-1 on this show?
I think it's I think it's the score we pick the most because just about every time. I've been saying it every time. I think now that you mention it, I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I think if he doesn't score 2 goals, he'll at least score 1. And he's an important player. I think he's going to drag defenses with him, at least 2 of them. So there's going to be definitely a difference there. I think they're going to be able to free up some other players, like Agudelo might be one of the players that could, step up and score goals. And it's going to open up for a lot of people. I think there's going to be a lot better movement for Pizarro. Pizarro is going to be able to move the ball around a lot more because he's going to be a little bit more free. Even Matuidi could, jump up there and he could be the one that'll make a difference because they're going to open up a lot of spaces for him. So we'll see. I saw you disappeared for a little bit.
Don't worry, Tony. I'm back. I told you guys I had some technical difficulties. See, the problem is this program that we're using now, we're trying to get a program that Ed can use as well, not just a Mac program, which is what I normally use. And this program does not like the camera that I'm using and a program that I'm using. And I did a test a few days ago, and it worked perfectly. But then, of course, when I go to do something live, there's problems. So,
right.
it is what it is. Ed, I think you got to go.
I got to start running, guys. So if you want to meet me, go to Jalisco off of 8th Street here in Miami, and I'm going to be there in about 15 minutes. So, Peter, hope you enjoy the game, and nice talking to everybody. And I will be on Facebook checking you out, Peter, because I'm on my way over there. So,
all right, we'll keep talking chat as long as you guys in the chat keep chatting away some interesting stuff. We'll keep talking.
All right, Peter. Good seeing you guys, and I'll see you on Tuesday for a Spanish version of this show. It's probably just going to be me, so we'll be talking. Oh, and Peter disappeared again.
Again, Ed.
I'm going to stay on until.
I'm here, but I'm not here. You know what I mean?
Right, and you can't even put like a picture background or something. You know, a picture of you. You know, you should. That would be kind of funny if you have like a picture background of just you. You know.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, chilling. But yeah, we definitely got to fix that problem that you have. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the way it's arranged now, Peter, because people get to see me and don't get to see you. So maybe people are going to start saying, well, I was going to say they're going to start saying that I'm Batman, but no, you look darker right now anyway. So
yeah.
You know, there's no image of you there. So
yeah,
this is
all right, guys. Well, I think
at this point,
we are ending the show as is because my camera died. So the problem is it runs this external program, and the external program does not want to speak well with this. But it was a fun experiment, guys, and thanks so much for watching. We will figure this out for next week, and we should be better.
Tuesday, hopefully, crossing our fingers.
Well, Tuesday, won't be a problem because I'm not on camera.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's your camera the issue.
It's my camera that's the issue. So, hey, everybody. I think just real quick, I think we also are going to win. Let's go 2-1 because why not? But I liked some guesses were in there were 3-1 or 3-2, stuff like that. Philly is a monster this year. I don't think this will be an easy game at all. I mean, in reality, I was talking yesterday saying I think we're going to lose, but I'm trying to be positive. Right. So, and footballer is right. This is all Ed's fault.
No, but I like, Judge Dredd, who's also on, he was saying that I'm Green Lantern. I like that one, even though I'm wearing pink right now, but.
All right. Good night, everybody. And let's wish Inter Miami luck. Please like, share, and subscribe. We will see you next week on Tuesday.